Hey y'all. Firstly, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please get subscribed to my channel at High Tea and Happy Hour on YouTube. This is the last episode of this series called My Miscarriage Story. So, where do I begin? Of course, if you've been watching this from the beginning, you know on June 22nd, I had a miscarriage that lasted for way too many days, I feel, or way more days than I wanted it to last. Lasted for about 4 days, 4 or 5 days in this like rough state. So yeah, that happened. But then in the midst of that happening, I lost my father-in-law on June 26th. And that was something, and so many things have happened in that time. Like, my mother-in-law got laid off like a month, no, when she returned. So yeah, like a month later, she did find another position, so she's doing well. She actually started this past Monday. Today is September 13th for reference. It's September 13th, and I am feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic. I feel like dealing with 2 deaths really made me focus on transition, and it really made it clear that I was going through a season, excuse my speech, I don't know what's going on today, or any day. I feel like I was going through a season of transition, and it really made me take that concept on head on, because normally I would just run from it. Like, I'll try to work more, or I don't know, I would find something to do to distract myself from just really focusing on the fact that, wow, like this season is like punching me in the fucking face. Like, I need to sit down and think about this for a sec. Let's regroup. Let's not just get knocked out in round 1, like, really. So yeah, so dealing with those transitions really helped me in my healing, because it was like, okay, identify what's really happening. 2 things have moved on in a very big, giant way. Number 1, I needed to slow down. I just really needed to like regroup and think about why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. And in order to do that, I had to take myself off of Instagram and Twitter and these apps that I felt like I was losing myself in. So as a result of that, I'm just like, I don't even know if I'm going to return to these apps, because these apps don't put me in a place of peace. And like, when I say I'm losing myself, I'm not talking about like in a way of like, okay, I'm on Instagram for entertainment, and this is leisure. I'm not really that invested, blah, blah, blah. I'm on Instagram because I have a goal. I have things I want to achieve, and I'm kind of displaying my art in the hopes that I'm going to get something back. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether that's just peace or gratification or whatever it is, I have a goal on being on these apps. And I felt like in trying to achieve that goal, I was losing myself. Like, I was not happy, like legit. Like, Instagram drove me crazy. It put me in such a stressful place. And like, I had to I guess I had a lot of time to think, because I was just like bedridden for a few days because of all of the pain and what was going on because of the miscarriage. But when I had a chance to think, and I had already actually a couple of days before was considering, like, okay, I don't really want to be on Instagram. I'm not liking the way it's making me feel. I don't like who I am when I have to produce for Instagram. I don't like that I have to take in everybody's energies and opinions and updates that I really don't care about. I miss it a little bit, because I do want to see what my friends are up to. I love following them and different people, to engage with them and see their experiences. But I felt like the other energies outweighed the good for me on Instagram, I would say. So I removed myself. I also removed myself from TikTok just as a byproduct of leaving Instagram. Like, it wasn't anything really against TikTok. It was just that I just wanted to eliminate apps I was spending a lot of time on. It was kind of taking me out of focus. Whew. My camera cut off because I have a very large video on here that I will explain in a little bit. But basically what I was saying was like, I love seeing my friends' experiences and pictures on Instagram. But I felt like the good was really outweighing the bad in my experience with that. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Instagram because I feel like God was like telling me and showing me like, this is what your perfect peace looks like. Why are you still trying to force other things into it because you feel like you need them to hit that goal to be successful? When I'm showing you what your perfect peace when I'm showing you what your perfect peace looks like without this thing, have faith in me that I'm gonna make it happen without that thing. That thing is not bringing you peace. It should not be here. So this is the battle that I've been having with myself, and whether or not I should join the app again. And clearly, as you see, like my mindset is no, but I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit more. I'm gonna sleep on it or whatever, many more days, and see, where those thoughts and feelings bring me. Because I'm feeling this way right now, but I may not feel this way next week. I might be like, what, it's time. Because that brings me to another opportunity that I took on at the beginning of the summer with a national organization called the American Society of Interior Design, ASID, which it goes by most often. And I'm the communications director. So when I took this on in the beginning of the summer or late spring, I didn't know I was about to go through all of these things and have these feelings, even though I was already having some feelings about being on the app. I wasn't thinking about leaving temporarily or even permanently. Out of my head wasn't there. It was just like, okay, this is something I have to bear through in order to be where I want to be and do what I want to do. So yeah, when I took this role, basically doing the things, not the things because it's more to the role than just social media, but some of the role is social media. So I did not know at that time when I took this role, it was like I wasn't going to want to be that integral in social media in a month or so. So yeah, so took that role late spring, and all of these things happened. And then at the beginning of July, I'm like, I have to tell who she was, the communications director before me, but now she's becoming the president of the organization of our chapter. And I'm like, okay, at the beginning of July, I'm like, okay, she's like asking about things, wanting me to take on more things. I'm just totally not in the mind space to be in those spaces right now, or even take on more things right now. So I have to talk to her. I have to tell her I can't start until at least September. Like, this is not gonna work for me right now. So I talked to her, and she was like completely understanding. The current president was completely understanding. They were like, anything you need me to do, like if you still want to kind of like train and shadow how I do things, you can still do that, which I did opt to do. I just did not put myself to actually execute the work myself until September. So they were great about that, and I actually just started that role on the 6th of September. So I've been like slowly working myself back into, sending these emails for somebody else's organization and posting, which I was like, I hope that I can just like post and do everything from my PC so I don't have to have these apps on my phone at all. But with Instagram, it's kind of hard to post from your PC to your stories. Hey, Cole. What's up?
So, I'm making you mad right now.
No. Come on.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. Maurice is here.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Can I cuss?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up? Hey!
Your abs will rotate today.
They are tight.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Touch the right side. The right side is tighter than the left.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
But touch the middle one.
The middle.
Right.
Come this way.
Touch the middle one because the middle one is the tightest.
The middle one's the tightest.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, baby? It's so good to see you.
You're so silly. So this is the
What is this?
This is the last episode of.
Can I sit down?
Yeah.
You done got me all up in here.
Yeah.
I don't got my shoes
Oh,
on.
here's my outfit.
And we do take shoes off in this house.
We do, but
do.
I just got dressed for the purposes of this. This is my outfit.
You leaving? You look good. Oh.
Now, if you see me in this outfit, I am a comfortable bitch. Like, I'm at peace. Don't disturb me.
I don't like when you call yourself a bitch. I don't.
Okay.
Unless it's during sex. No.
Maurice, please.
All right.
Please. So, this is the...
What?
Please.
I mean, I like to call you
No,
bitch
please. Okay, please.
during sex though.
Please.
But that's it.
Please. Please.
But you like it.
Please. My mother watches these episodes. Please. So, this is the last episode of my miscarriage story. So I'm just like recapping, talking about the summer and stuff like that. But I'm glad that you walked in.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We can have your perspective.
On what? Sex? It's been really good lately. Because
Okay, no, about this experience, how your summer went. Like, I was just telling them about how I found peace in leaving Instagram, and how God has kind of shown me what my perfect peace looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a meeting to go to.
Mm-hmm.
What time does it start?
In 5 minutes.
Oh God. Okay. Bye.
All right,
Bye.
Yeah, here.
How are you feeling really fast? How's your summer? And how do you feel?
Summer.
Yeah.
It's been up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's been hard to really try to find stability.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think every day gives a different set of emotions that I don't know if I'm fully in control of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been up and down, honestly, but more up than down towards the end of the summer. And it's crazy because people where I'm at, I work a lot with schools and people that work with kids, and so they usually have a break over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody always, well, how was your summer? And everybody often say it was great, and I'm just being honest with people. I'm like, it wasn't really too good, but I'm looking forward to a nice, stronger fall.
Mm-hmm.
And it really catches people off guard.
Yeah, what's like the response to that?
Like, how do you just be like, well, okay,
Right. I have to hear about that later.
Yeah, because
I gotta go.
I don't have the time right now to even dive into that with you. I gotta go to class.
This wasn't the time.
This wasn't the time. But it gets to that point that, like, when you ask people how are they doing, like, what really are you asking them?
Right. Do you really care?
Do you really care? Or do you even have the time to hear what they had to say in that moment?
And you know what? I stopped asking people that. Unless I really have the time to take in, like, the truth.
Yeah, for real.
Because if I don't, it's all right.
Yo.
Good to see you.
Right. I'd rather just say hi.
Yeah.
Hey. And leave it
Bye.
right there.
Yeah.
If I
Well, get to you, man. We gonna be talking here.
Yeah, I gotta go. We got lunch in here or something?
We got all that food in the fridge.
All right, well, so that means okay.
Huh?
All right.
What?
No, that's cool. I'm working out. I'm starting my workout regimen today. So the next time y'all see me, I may be 3 inches taller, 2 inches wider, and 2 inches longer.
All right. Get your bag and go. Please. Please.
And that what the kids be doing?
What?
Are you doing that?
Maurice, I gotta go.
I like they playing hopscotch. All right, I'm out.
I love you.
I
Have a
love
good
you more.
meeting.
Huh?
Have a good meeting.
I will. I shall.
All right. Bye.
I must.
Bye.
I will. I shall. I must.
Probably.
Are you leaving? You gonna be
coming?
going before I leave? Before I come back? Before I finish my meeting?
Probably.
And you did her nails.
I did.
I know you had
She
a
got
little
a
pitter
little
pad. Look at
pedicure.
you.
She got a little pedicure.
Look at you. You feel
Rosie
violated?
had,
Feel
her
violated.
acrylics on. I had to cut him down.
So are you said you coming back tonight?
Am I coming back tonight?
What time you leaving?
Leaving for what?
Aren't you leaving?
Yeah, now.
And when you coming back?
In a couple hours. I got a meeting at 5:15.
So I'm picking up baby.
Or I can ask my mom if she's at work.
Yeah, ask her.
Okay.
All right, we gonna have some time tonight.
Bye!
Huh?
Yes.
What we gonna do?
Maurice, please. Please.
All right, I miss you.
I miss you too. Even though I just saw you this morning
That
and
was-
last night.
That's rude. That's rude. You have a man that's trying to display it.
I know. I love you and I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Shut the fuck up. You can shut the fuck up.
Go.
All right. Be blessed.
All right.
All right, beloved.
Yeah. So, I don't even remember what I was saying before him. But, oh, ASID. He's so funny. But I did start that on Tuesday. And, you know, I'm feeling good. But, like I said, I thought that I was going to be able to post from the app and not stories. So I had to download Instagram. But I just made sure that I only signed in the ASID. I didn't sign back into my page. I ain't with the page. I don't know. I might just go in there and answer my DMs and just call it a day. But yeah. So been doing ASID, been feeling good because I feel like this is an excellent opportunity. Number one, in leadership. Number two, because I was appointed, and number one. I don't even think I've ever told the story about how I got this position on a social platform, but I was appointed to this just based off of just being myself. Like, I had the urge and the Holy Spirit, intuition, whatever you want to call it, but I had the urge 1 week to just update my LinkedIn. So I went in and updated it, made sure I felt like it was crisp for whatever opportunity just might come my way. Honestly, I wasn't seeking out anything in particular. I'm running my own brand. I'm doing my design services as well as, you know, trying to curate what I want my brand to look like and be received as. And I got a DM and an email from the president of this organization that I am a member of. So I'm like, okay, let me see what she's talking about. So I look at my email and she's like, yeah, you know, I would look over your profile and you know, you're just so, I mean, lack of better words, dope. And she was like, you know, you would be perfect for this role. Like, could you call me later so we can talk more about it, blah, blah, blah. And excuse me, she was the communications director at that time, but about to become the president. So I called her and we had like a good little chat. And she was like, oh my God, we're gonna be good friends. Like, you're just like perfect for this role, Kim. And I took it and that was that. And it just, for a while, it took me a while to really accept that this was happening and out the clear as blue. And two, like that this was kind of a big deal. Like, this wasn't no small deal. Like, and I have a habit of like diminishing things when I feel like it's happening to me, it can't be that big. Whereas, like, why wouldn't it? I'm a big fucking deal, so why wouldn't big deals happen to me? That don't make no sense. Like is 1 + 1 2? Like, come on, sis, like, get it together. So, like, it took my mind, and of course, like, when I was like set to begin, like, all this shit happened, so my mind was already broken. So, like, I was already like, this shit is like not that major, but it really is kind of major. Like, it's a fucking national organization. And you are really curating, meaning me, what this chapter looks like to the public. Like, that's a big fucking deal that people get paid a lot of fucking money for. Anyway, so yeah, I started that over summer. I was also curating projects over the summer, worked on a nursery, basement, living room, just a few other projects that I did over the summer that kept me busy. I did take like a week or two off after the miscarriage, so I kind of jumped back into everything in a couple weeks. My clients were super understanding. I didn't really have to go too far and too deep into explanations. And then when this series was released, I heard from them and they all kind of was like, like giving their condolences and, offering support and such or whatever. So that was good. What else is going on? What else is going on? Oh, do I want to say this yet, or do I have anything else to update? I mean, I'm pretty sure I have other things to update, like just like staying on my track of healing. I picked back up hiking maybe like a month after the miscarriage happened. I think I talked about this on one of the videos. It just felt so liberating and freeing, and something I was very scared of initially because I felt like it would put me back in a place of blaming myself for what happened. And I don't know, maybe I felt like it was going to be triggering, so I was avoiding it. And I'm glad I did it that day because it was very refreshing. I needed it. What else has been happening? Oh, I have this on my blog, so if you're not on my blog, check out my blog. But I threw my first event at the end of summer, or in August, not the end of summer. And after not having any events all summer, which is like very unlike me, I had to do it to push it out because I'm like, listen, you got to do something this summer to make it feel like you were coming back into yourself, which I did when I was planning that event. And it was so fun. It was so cute. It was called the Little Bites and Big Visions Happy Hour. And the concept of it was basically have a curated guest list, curated menu, and just curated conversation. Like everybody submitted questions about life, relationships, sex, like different things. And it was just like a bomb ass conversation and bomb ass night, and like just a room full of people who just was like a vibe. Like everybody added their own little thing to the conversation. So like I was just so happy to have curated a space like that this summer, as well as being able to add in decor. Like my roses are still up. Curate a menu, execute it, cook it. And then on my blog, my newest blog post is what I did this past weekend, which I curated birthday events for my mother-in-law and my grandmother, who would have been 94 on the 9th of September, 9/9, my favorite number. But just trying to slowly come back into my groove, and also like kind of reworking what that looks like without Instagram, like because I'm so used to, oh, beautiful things are happening, take a picture, put it on my story, or oh, I can use this for a post. And I'm like, I kind of want to internalize this piece, like, oh, I had something good, and it's enough that it just feels good within my body without any outside gratification, instant gratification at that. So like, I don't know, I'm just like reworking the way my mind is receiving different things. So yeah, and I would say another big giant thing that happened over this summer is your girl May. And I say May because it's not all the way confirmed yet, but your girl May and Will be on MasterChef. I'm so excited. That was another part of me just taking back my peace and like being upfront and intentional about what I want to see, the places I want to see myself, and how I go about it. Like I just can't sit back and wait for things to happen for me, because things just don't happen by chance. Like you have to go after it. Like God gives us a certain amount of free will to really curate what we want these things to look like, how they happen, how we take in energies. Like I'm just not one for, oh, if it happens, it happens. No, that's not how shit happens. If you play big, you win big. That's how shit happens. Like, you have to put the effort in. You can't just wait for shit to come to you. And even if it's not like, I don't know, like maybe you're not curating a whole video or some shit one day, or doing open heart surgery one day, but maybe you just decide to pick up a book one day to get inspired on, or start setting your mind in a certain direction to start thinking and put yourself in a place of things you want to do. It doesn't have to be some big physical act to be valuable. So, yeah, I took my ass on the internet and I submitted an application for MasterChef. And I would say I forgot about it. And then a couple weeks later, I got this email, I got a phone call, and then I got a text, and it was like, hey, Janay, this is blah, blah, blah. He was very sweet though, such a big help and great energy and vibe. And he was like, do you have time to speak today about MasterChef? Give me a call back. I was like, what? Child, I was in Aldi because I was shopping for that event, that Little Bites and Big Visions event. So I'm like, what? Of course I have time. So I'm calling him and he's like, is this a good time? I'm like, yes. I'm in the middle of Aldi and I'm looking at somebody in the eyes like, yes, it's a good time. I had my AirPods in. It wasn't out loud. It wasn't speakerphone. I was being respectful. But yes, so we talking, I'm walking through Aldi with a big giant smile on my face. Like I'm literally curating the event and like shopping for the menu as I'm talking to this casting, director for MasterChef. And I'm like, wow, like what is this? What is life? So he's like, all right, so we're going to set up an interview with you with another casting director, face to face. I'm going to send you info, like what you need to do before the interview, how you should come to the interview, how you need to set it up, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I got all the information. Mind you, like I said, this is like right before my event. So I'm like, oh my God, like I got to have a outfit that's like telling of my personality, represents me, and also fashionable, duh. And I have to, what did I have to do before the interview? I have to take a picture in the outfit that I'm interviewing with, like as in like, the contestant photos where they be like this and doing all that type of stuff. Had to do those things for the interview, and I feel like it was a couple of other tasks. But because I remember it being close to the event, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta really plan out my next couple of days so I know what I need to be doing. So, planned that out, but my event was first. I ended up telling my event the news. Everybody was so happy. Like, I just wanted to cry because, like, it was just like this immediate outpouring of this support. So I told everybody at my event, and I had my interview. It went amazing. Like, the lady was like, I just love, because the application for MasterChef is really long. So she was like, I just love reading your application. It was full of life. I just want to see that, come through, blah, 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 blah. So that was great talking to her. And then she sent me like all this shit that I needed to complete in 48 hours, 2 days. And it was like a cooking video, like step by step of what I need to cook, and me and the camera the whole time. And it was a lifestyle video. I had to take them through my neighborhood, through my home, give a home tour, take them to where I grew up, like take them to Philly, landmarks and stuff like that, and curate all these pictures, family pictures, and all of these things in 2 days. So luckily I get to curate my damn life. So I put everything on hold. I'm like, listen, I know your delivery is coming in today, but can we please ask your husband to bring in the furniture and just sit it to the side for me, because this is a big fucking deal. I just need 2 days. Like, give me a chance. So got all of that done, submitted it. And then I heard from them immediately. They are very responsive. Like, they would, thank you so much, this is great, we'll let you know what we need next. Then a week later, they contacted me again, and they were like, oh, can you, sorry, my neighbor's like in the window, he's closing his window. I'm just like trying to like act like I'm not looking at his window as he's closing it. Okay, he's gone. Okay, yeah, so a week later, they contacted me and was like, we are really loving working on your video and your content for, what we present to the executives and Gordon's people, or no, not Gordon's people yet. The executives of the network, can you send us A, B, and C? We're trying to just round out your story. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm sending them stuff. Then I'm like, okay, a week goes by. No, a half a week goes by. Sorry, I'm being a little spotty. A half a week goes by, and I'm talking to friends, and everybody's like, listen, you need to hear something by Friday. Like, if they're saying this is going to be such a quick turnaround as they're saying, you should hear something by Friday. So I'm like, okay. In my head, I started manifesting Friday. I'm like, okay, it's going to happen Friday. But in my head also, I'm like, I got all this shit planned this weekend. What if it's like another task? I'm like, they wouldn't do that because they didn't send me anything saying, hey, watch out, you might get tasks that you need to be available for, whatever. I'm like, they wouldn't do that. That would be some fuck shit. Like, they're probably just going to email me and say, hey, this is the details for when you need to come out, because it would be from January of 2023 to March of 2023 that they're going to be doing the shooting. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, Friday comes, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess today's not today. And then it's like 6:37, and I get an email from them like, we need you to, no, it says, we want to congratulate you because we're moving you on to the next step. We've been loving your content and things so far. We need you to do another cooking video, and it has to be of a protein or dessert, and you have to be in the camera from beginning to end, and kind of like cook and talk as if like, you know, interact how you would on the show. So I said, okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I was immediately angry. I was immediately angry because number one, I hate shit being popped up on me. Like, I hate that. Like, I literally hate that. Like, I don't hate surprises, but I kind of do. And because I like to be in control. I'm just a control freak. Like, I don't like shit just popping up on me. Like, tell me so I know how to be dressed. So I know how to freaking, I don't know how to think. I need to be able to think the night before about the energies I might take in this space and blah, 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 blah. So I need to be able to control what's about to happen. That's my problem. So I'm immediately mad, and Marissa's like, you know, what are you mad for? Like, this is like your life now. Like, you're probably gonna have faster deadlines, and you're gonna, you know, be greeted with these things in order to create the success that you want. Like, this is a life, this is a lifestyle, like this is the world that you're going into. And I was like, okay, but I'm kind of still mad. Like, I hear you, but like, I'm still kind of mad. But like, what he was saying made perfect sense, right? Like, this is my world, like, or at least this is the world that I am manifesting, right? So like, how can I be mad now that things are happening in this way? So I'm like, okay. I wake up the next morning pretty early because we had basketball practice, which is another thing we started over the summer. We started our basketball program. We have two age groups, 10 to 12 and 13 to 16. So I woke up early that morning to, you know, like game plan. What do I want to cook? All right. They said do something impressive. Don't just make a cupcake. So I'm like, okay, I need something impressive, but I also need something that represents me. I also need something that represents my cooking inspiration and like how I started cooking, which was my grandmother. So I'm like, okay, I need to combine all of these things, right? And mind you, like I said, I had a big cooking weekend. The Thursday before that Saturday, which is when I got up to game plan, that Thursday was I cooked for my mother-in-law's birthday dinner, which was ribs, roasted potatoes, corn, sweet cornbread. It was so delicious. So I'm coming fresh off of that. And then that day, later that day, I had the celebration of my grandmother's birthday, which was like a big soul food feast. So I'm like kind of trying to draw inspiration from what I'm already doing. I'm like, okay, but it has to be elevated. It has to be impressive, you know? So I'm like, okay, maybe I can take the direction of combining a few different cuisines, which is kind of how I cook. I cook fusion comfort food. So I'm like, okay, what can I do that looks impressive, but still tastes good, but, you know, it also has a lot of detail and thought. So I'm like, my grandmother, the only recipe that I got from my grandmother by way of my mom is our sweet potatoes. So I'm like, okay, I have to make sweet potatoes to start this dish somehow. Like, it just can't be like a sweet potato pie or a cake. I have to make it elevated. So I'm like, okay. the thought of profiteroles kept crossing my mind. I'm like, okay, profiteroles will be cute because they're delicate and you can dress them up and make them look more impressive. So I'm like, okay, sweet potato cream profiteroles is perfect. It's like a play on a sweet potato pie or a sweet potato dessert, or it's like a play on, you know, biscuits and Southern food. Like, it's just, I like it. This is what we're going to do. It's fusing the Southern comfort food with the European classic. Love it. So I'm like, okay, but I need to elevate this. This needs a sauce. This needs some texture. So I'm like, okay, I love Caribbean food. So I'm like, how can I kind of add some more blackness into this plate? So I'm like, okay, the sauce. What sauces or liquors? Because I'm like, okay, now I have to bring my brand back into play. High tea and happy hour. I got the high tea portion with the sweet cream profiteroles. Where's the happy hour coming in? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make me a coconut rum sauce to drizzle on top of the profiteroles, because the profiteroles usually have a sauce, whether it be chocolate or some type of cream, it has a sauce, typically. So I'm like, okay, a coconut rum sauce to drizzle on top of it. That's bringing the Caribbean flair and the happy hour into this perspective. So I'm like, okay, what's next? I need texture on the side to pick up the sauce and the creaminess of the sweet potato. So I'm like, okay, pistachios, because that adds a kind of greenish color, make it feel kind of Jamaican, but also coconut for that flavor and also texture. Coconut shreds on the side with pistachio. Elevated. Boom, done. So I had that plan, I knocked that out. I knocked out my shopping list for that. I even wrote me out a script that morning or whatever. And that weekend, that Sunday, I had a photo shoot. So I was like, okay, I can just do my photo shoot because it was at 1 o'clock. It was only a 15-minute session with an influencer that I love. She was doing these like 15-minute black girl glow, like brownstone photo shoots, like downtown in Philly. And I was like, this is so cute. And it was like one of my self-care things to myself. So I was like, this is so cute. I'm gonna go do that. So I signed up for that last month in August. So I'm like, okay, right after that photo shoot, since I'm already gonna be already made up and everything else, I'm gonna come home and do. You're talking loud as hell in our hallway. Anyway, I'm gonna come home and do my shoot because that would give me enough time to, you know, if I set up before I leave the house, that give me enough time to shoot, and with enough daylight, I can take pictures afterwards and everything else. Plan to do that. So went forward. That amazing dinner Saturday night was delicious. It was roasted chicken thighs, and I roasted those with some onions and green peppers. Yum. I had some mac and cheese, of course, 3 cheese mac and cheese. I did a Gouda, a smoked cheddar, and mozzarella. It was delicious. I did sweet potatoes, of course, because, of course, cabbage, sweet cornbread. I did roasted chicken legs for the kids. They had some fries with that. I baked a cheesecake, also baked a sweet potato pie, and I had some of the leftover bundt cake, chocolate bundt cake from my mother-in-law's birthday celebration, which I did not bake. I bought that from Everything Bundt or Bundt. I don't remember what the name of that amazing cake place is, but it's amazing. Like I've been talking for a very long time, but my story's not over, so I'm just gonna take a little breath. Feel refreshed. All right, so I did cook that amazing meal. Sunday was the photo shoot, but it got canceled because of the rain. So I ended up just kind of setting up or whatever that morning. Well, no, I was redoing my twist. My twists were looking kind of raggedy, so I was like, oh girl, let's redo those. So I redid my twist. It took me a few hours, and then I set up and I shot, which it went well. But I had to submit it by Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I could not get this video off of my phone. Like, I tried Dropbox, I tried all of these things, could not get off my phone. YouTube literally Okay, I'll say that in a moment. But I was trying everything. I tried to put it onto my laptop through this app that you can kind of share documents and photos over Wi-Fi to your PC, and it worked. But when it downloaded onto my computer, I guess because I didn't like stay in the app the total time that it was, you know, transferring, it made it like glitchy. So I sent them the video through WeTransfer, and I get an immediate email back, and it's like, oh, we need it on YouTube. We can't do WeTransfer. And I'm like, okay, I've been literally trying to get this thing on Dropbox, because the email they originally sent me was either YouTube or Dropbox. So I'm like, I've been literally trying to get this thing on Dropbox all morning, like all morning, and it's not working. So please accept this as an on-time submission, but I will still throw it on YouTube because that's how you want it. But please accept this WeTransfer as an on-time submission. And I think that I didn't put it on YouTube initially because YouTube gave me this crazy amount of hours that it was going to take to upload, like 216 hours. And I was like, what the fuck? So I stopped that immediately. But yeah, so I sent them the WeTransfer, and the guy's like, okay, yeah, just send me the YouTube link whenever you get it up. I said, okay, cool. So then I get it up, and long story short to her because it's been long as fuck, YouTube literally took from 7 a.m. No, not 7. Was it 7 a.m.? No, because I stopped at 1. YouTube literally took from 1 p.m. Until, I want to say, about like 2 in the morning, the next morning, to fucking upload. Mind you, this was due at 1 p.m. that Monday. It did not get up on YouTube until 2 fucking a.m. Tuesday. I was like joking around with Maurice, like, I can literally punch something right now. And I'm like fake punching a pillow and shit. But literally I could have punched my hand through a window if nobody was there. Because what? And literally nothing like that has ever happened to me. Ever. So like I'm like nervous as fuck, but like I said, Master Strap is like super responsive. So like through the whole thing I'm like panicking and having an anxiety attack and emailing the guy. He's like, listen, no problem. When you get it, just send it to me. Like, it's fine. Like, just, it's okay. So, like, that made me feel better, but I got this last submission in. So, I need you guys to cross your fingers, toes, you know, knotless braids, whatever you have to do, and really put some good energy out there for me so that I'm in LA from January to March. And the crazy thing about this is, I mean, anybody who has heard me talk out loud knows that I want to live in LA. Like, I've been saying, you know, like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out there, how I'm gonna afford to be out there, what I'm gonna do when I get out there, but I need to be in LA. And I've literally been manifesting this like every day. Like, even on my Redfin app, I get notifications about condos in LA. Like, I'm constantly manifesting it. So like when this happened and everything was happening, the day of the interview, I had like a super bad day because like I was just like one of those things again. I'm diminishing this opportunity. I'm like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, or oh, I can't do this anyway because of Layla. I'm gonna be out in LA during Layla's birthday, and Maurice is like, we'll bring her out to LA for her birthday. What else? And I'm like, you know, I really don't want to leave her for all this time or leave you, and I'm kind of nervous. And he's like, we'll visit often. What else? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just sad. Like, I don't think this should be happening to me. This is just all happening too fast. But like, I really have to circle myself back around to the mode that like you manifested it. How you manifest something, and then when it starts happening, you run from it. Anyway, yeah. So I'm super excited about that. So fingers crossed that they still accept this video, because I sent it to them like when I woke up at 6 a.m. and it would have been 3 a.m. in LA. So let's see what's happening with that. But I am, long story short, I am in a really good place. Very much different from when this whole journey all started. I don't know what to even say. Like, I don't know. I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. I'm about to go out and do some client shopping and also just stay up on the trends of what's happening in my industry. Stop by a few stores. Definitely going to stop by HomeSense. Definitely going to stop by Crate and Barrel. I'm definitely going to stop by Starbucks because I have not eaten breakfast yet. It is 12 o'clock. I wanted to leave by 11. What the fuck just happened? But yeah, I'm gonna stop at Starbucks and get my iced matcha latte with coconut milk and cinnamon powder. And I might even be fancy and add an espresso shot. We'll see. And then, I don't know. I feel like I might hold off on getting anything to eat from Starbucks. I want to get tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. I think that might be the move. I'll go to District Taco. Oh, maybe I might take myself to Paladar and get a margarita and tacos. I gotta do it now. I gotta do it. I'm whispering because I don't want him to think he's missing out. But he's missing out. I think I gotta do it. He gotta work. I mean, I'm working too. I'm like client shopping and I'm rewarding myself with lunch. So yeah. But yeah, I am going to head out. Thank you guys for going for this ride. Please like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please share this. Like, I don't want this thing to like beginning and here like I am coming out on the other end of this happier, but like my husband said, it's a journey. You go up and down, you go through different emotions, you see something, you're triggered, and things happen. So like this is an ongoing journey, but I am feeling much better about the situation in particular than I did before. So like please like share this, amplify this, share clips, whatever you feel appropriate that could be helpful to somebody. And yeah, I'll see y'all soon. I'm just trying to make sure it's nothing else. I may start posting about my Master Chef journey. I may start posting some family content. Us as a family, we just want to get our stuff captured. So some family content, or it might just be a totally different page, our family page maybe. I may start posting, what else do I want to post? I don't know, but it might not be on Instagram. So please follow me and subscribe here. If you don't follow me on Pinterest, Pinterest too. If you don't follow me on TikTok, TikTok too, because I'll probably go back to TikTok. Or maybe not, I don't know. What else am I on? Follow my blog, get updates on my blog. Like I go into great detail when I'm writing on my blog. So please follow my blog. That means love to me. Support equals love to me. So love on me, please. And I will talk to you all soon. So I'm having a self-care day and I knew you would appreciate my Taco Tuesday visit, especially because I brought me a little shooter because I need the full experience. And it's about to go down. So I did not end up at Paladar because of time, but I just turned District Taco into BYOB. Y'all see? It's about to go down.
Make it.
You're right. He mad because I said I live life because he didn't get whipped cream on his ice cream donut.
Yeah, I'm not a whipped cream fan.
That's weird to me, that's all.
I use whipped cream in other places, you know.
That's enough.
On my wife's body.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm cutting the camera. Okay. All right.